In this video, we are going to take a look at how do you work with the feature table of content. Table of content is a small module which will allow you to have your content, your pages and files displayed in a way like this example here. Based on your tags, maybe you have chapters or you want to have things presented this way. Sometimes this makes it easier for people that just want to scroll through the content, especially if you have like handbooks and manuals. And this is due to the fact that the Chainformation platform does not contain any folders or hierarchical structures. So as you might know that if you post a page, let's take a look here, you use tags or categories to identify your content. Now, by creating what we call a table of content, we can then fit all these pages into a structure that looks like a hierarchy, but it actually is not. It is the system which creates that list for you based on tags. So to accomplish a table of content, there are a couple of steps we need to take. So the first thing we need to do is go into the tag management. So in main menu, global settings, we go into tags. So first of all, we need to create the parent tag, the top level tag. So in this case, we're going to do we're just going to call it test parent tag. So this will be the top level, just like the operations manual master you saw before. Then we need to apply this tag so it can be used in the module files and pages. And then you can take a look at the video for tag management. You need to assign the administrator rights for this tag, meaning which roles would be allowed to administrate this tag. So remember, the selections you make here have no bearing whatsoever on who would be allowed to read the content which you tag with this tag. So this is only which other admins would have access to this tag. So we created this and we save it. The next thing would be to create the first sub-level tag, or translated to a chapter. Maybe we want to create chapter 1. So we create a new tag and we call this chapter 1, just for illustration. You can of course have whatever name you want to. Then we need to select the parent tag, the main tag. And in this case, we created the test parent tag. And again, select files, pages, and the admin access levels. And we save that. Now, as you can see here in the list, the tag test parent tag now has a plus sign in front of it. This indicates that we do have a sub-level of tags, that we have created a connection between these. They are dependent on each other. As you can see here on the operations manual master, we have a lot of sub-tags, a lot of sub-chapters. So that's what the plus sign indicates. And let's create one more tag for this. Chapter 2, and we select the main tag, test parent tag, files, pages, and these settings. Save. So as you can see, we just create this hierarchy. And moving on to the next thing, that would be to tag your content. So if you now create a new page, I'm just going to use an existing page here as an example. But if you have your page, you can then select your tag like chapter 1. Done. I'm going to save this page, and it's now connected to the chapter 1. And then you can just move on and add all your pages and also files in the same way. So if we have a file, we can do the same thing here. Chapter 1. Now, the next thing to get this to work is to go back to Global Settings. Then you click up here, Tables of Content. This is where we create the plugin itself, the Table of Content plugin. So you can see we have 2 Table of Content previously, the Operations Manual Master and a Brand Manual. Now we want to create a new. We add a new. Then we select this main test parent tag we just created. And then we can take a look here. We can see that it's already started to create the content. So these are the pages and the file we added before. So we save this new table of content, and now we have it in our list. Contents is to manually decide the order of all the items in your operations manual or in your table of content. So let's take a look at the operations manual master here, because we have a lot of content here. You click onto the operations manual, you go first to global settings, table of content, you select your table of content, and then we edit. And we check here, table of contents. Now, these are all your tags. And if we open this one, you can see all the connected pages. These are all the pages tagged with menu, range, and pricing, which is a child tag to the main tag Operations Manual Master. Now let's say that you want to change the order here, that maybe 2.8 shouldn't be 2.8. You want that to be 2.2. Now this is very, very easily accommodated just by drag and drop. You grab here these points, you drag and you can just move it to the position you want to have, and it will automatically renumber all the pages below. So it's super smooth to just move around as you want to. Because when you add a new page, it will automatically, in this case, it would automatically get 2.14 if you add a new page to menu, range, and pricing. Then you want to maybe have it in another row order, you can just drag and drop. The same thing applies for actually the tags, the chapters themselves. Maybe we want to have chapter 5 as chapter 7. Then it actually renumbers automatically all the pages in all the affected chapters or tags, completely automatically. So that's very, very easy to accomplish. If you need to move things around, you can just do it here in the table of content widget when you edit that. So now we can just move on to add more pages or add these new tags to existing content, and they will automatically be fitted into the table of content. Now, This principle means that you can actually have a page or a file to be shown under multiple table of contents. So we could actually take this page, for example. This page is already tagged with appendices, which is a part of the operations manual, but I want to add our new test tag chapter 2 also. This will result in that this page will actually be accessible and will be presented under two completely different table of contents. And this makes for a very, very flexible setup. You only need to have one piece of information, one page or one file, but you can present that under multiple different types of table of contents. The final step is to decide how do we want to present this table of content. And that can be done in different ways. In this example here, we have a link on the start page, which when we click on it, brings up a page. And in this page, the table of content is inserted through a widget. There is a specific table of contents widget which you add in your page template settings. So once you add the table of contents widget in your page template, then you can through this choose which menu do I want to have presented in this page. So I can actually change here. And as you can see now, we have the table of content we just created. And in this you can see the 2.1 recipe database. That page is actually also available in the operations manual table of content. And in this widget you can also change what kind you want to have displayed here. Do you want to display the name? That would be the name of the parent tag. If you want to have automatic numbering, you can tick this box, or you can just untick it as you see the numbers go away. If you have files added to your table of content, you can have those to be shown or not. Maybe you want to have a table of content only containing pages, then you could do like this. And if you have this indicate unread items, that means that, as you can see here in the background, when I activate this, unread pages will be in bold. So for the individual user, it will be very easy in the complete overview in the table of content. You can actually see which pages have you read or not. Read pages will be in normal font and unread pages will be in bold. So that's a selection you can make here. So inserting in a page is done through this widget. And there is a separate video for how do you work with page templates. Just show you here pages, templates. Now there is a template here which it's called page with table of content. So this is a regular page with a logo, a text widget, and we have dragged this table of content widget. So now that's a part of the page template itself, which will allow you to create a page and insert any table of content just through the drop-down. The other place you can insert the table of content is in the appearance feature. You can go to the start page And here you also have these different widgets, and you have a table of content widget available here. So you could actually drag that into your start page setup, click on it and select to show this table of content or this one. Now the entire widget will be available on the start page, but as you can see here, it will not fold, so it will be, this is a very long table of content, so that's not recommended to put on the start page, but it is a feature that's available to you. There is also the option to insert the table of content widget in your sidebar. For example, when you have the pages sidebar, you could add your table of content widget and then select maybe your table of content like this. This means that your table of content will be available and will be shown in the right-hand column regardless of which page you're looking at. So if I go into the recipe database page, the table of content will be shown. So it's going to move along regardless of what page I'm looking at. I'm going back to this link on the start page just to show you how that's accomplished. Again, since it's on the start page, we have added that by using the appearance feature. We edit the start page. And as you can see here, this is done through that we have drag and drop a advanced text widget, this one. And once we put that in place, we basically, in this content, this is like the exact same mini editor as you have on a page. We just added a link to this page. Let me show it. Let me remove this. And we use the insert link, link to page. And the page containing, let's do like this. The page containing this, it's actually named Operations Manual Table of Contents. That's the name of the page where we inserted the table of content widget. So we just link to this, insert, and we add the text link here. And you will have your link. This will also allow you to basically, you can add an image here and create like a button. So if you would have like a small JPEG image saying Operations Manual as a button, then you can insert the picture here and create a link on that. So you have a lot of options in this way. And of course, since the Operations Manual overview, the table of content, is a regular page, you can link to it from anywhere in the entire platform.